What's going on? Welcome to Make Money Moves podcast. You know the podcast we make money moves by making money moves. Today we're on episode 12. That's right, episode 12. And we're going to talk about having a system, because knowing better doesn't necessarily mean you do better. This is another insider threat that we are all guilty of letting run wild in our life. But after this episode right here, we'll have no excuses for not doing better. Because the purpose of this episode is to help you build systems that work when you don't feel motivated. So let's get to it and start making money moves by making money move.
Pay to a check, yeah, I changed my mind. From broke to boss, now I'm on my grind. Mic in my hand, I'm claiming my time. Make money moves, podcast my line. I changed from inside. Now I shine.
See, you already know this, but let's get started with something that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you know, even if you don't want to admit it, that it's true. You already know what to do with your money. You already know you should save, you should invest, you should spend intentionally, and you should stop leaking money in places that don't need to go. So here's the real question. Is awareness enough? Is just knowing enough? Because they say if you know better, you do better. But is that enough? If that was enough, why would you still be struggling? Well, here's it. Today, we're going to talk about that missing piece. The reason insight alone never sticks.
Want to get big discounts on your back-to-school shopping? Whether you're buying a laptop, shoes, backpacks, or dorm essentials, start with Rakuten. You can earn cash back at stores you're already shopping at. Plus, new users can earn a $20 to $50 bonus.
We've been taught something dangerous, and that is crazy because we get taught a lot of dangerous things, but this is one of the most dangerous things we've been taught, and that is that once you understand the problem, you'll fix it. Is that true? That may work for a math problem, but it doesn't work for human behavior. And the reason is because money decisions don't happen in the classroom. They happen when you're tired, when you're stressed, you're emotional, distracted, and when your brain just wants some type of relief. Because that awareness lives in calm moments. Spending happens in chaos. We get excited, we get depressed, we get stressed. That's the gap between that awareness and that spending. There's a big gap between that calmness and that chaotic point. So why would you keep starting over? Let's name a pattern you probably live. Let's think about it. You learn, you get motivated, you learn something new, and you swear, this time I'm gonna be serious. You budget, you plan, you even track. And for a while, it works for you. And then boom, life happens. Stress hits, fatigue returns, distractions creep in. And slowly, quietly, you stop. Not because you don't care anymore, but because the system depends on how you felt. It depends on your emotions, not what was built. So your system was flawed, it was broken. But here's the truth that no one likes to admit. No one. Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. It spikes and fades. You can't put it on a schedule and say, okay, I'm gonna be motivated this day. You can't. Wealth requires consistency. So if your financial plan requires you to feel disciplined, inspired, strong, or focused, eventually it's gonna fail. It's not gonna get you where you need to be. Not because you're weak, but because sometimes those feelings are unstable. Here's the pivoting point for this entire episode. If you don't rise to your intentions, you will fall to your systems. See, systems work when we're tired, when we're distracted, when we're emotional, when we're busy, when we're unmotivated, because that's their job and that's why they work. Wealthy people don't try to work hard. They don't say, oh, work harder, or work smarter, work harder. They don't do that. They build systems that make the right move the default. That's a money system. So, okay. And then you're like, oh man, what's a money system? Let me simplify this. A money system is anything that moves money without daily decisions, limits damage during fatigue, remove impulse from the process, protects future you from the present you. Some examples would be something like, automatic investing, saving before you spend, creating some friction before you spend, time-based rules, delayed purchase policies. Systems don't ask how you feel. They just execute. And that's what we need. Here's why people resist systems, because systems feel boring. They don't feel empowering. They don't give you dopamine hits. And most times, they don't feel like they're taking control. But boring is truly powerful. Chaos feels exciting, but structure is quiet. And quiet is where wealth grows. That silent killer, if you will. So sit back and ask yourself some honest questions. Be completely honest, completely transparent with yourself. You can look in the mirror. You can look at your phone, put it on, turn the camera around, look at yourself. But ask yourself these questions. Look yourself in the eyes and ask, What part of my financial life depends on motivation? What do I restart instead of redesign? What decisions repeat that could be automated? Where am I trusting future discipline instead of present structure? What would still work if I felt tired for 6 months straight? These questions don't judge you at all. In fact, they actually liberate you. They put you in a better position. Now, are you ready to shift? Are you ready to build for the worst days ahead? Because here's the most important money rule that you'll ever hear. Build your financial life for your worst days, not your best ones. That means assume fatigue, expect distraction, plan for stress, design for inconsistency. If it works on your worst days, it compounds on your best. Now that you know that, this is permanently etched in your brain. Now let's zoom out a little bit so we can see the entire picture. In this episode, what you learned, your brain was being hijacked. Convenience was expensive. Fatigue and not impulse was the enemy. Awareness alone doesn't change behavior or make things better. And the answer isn't more guilt, it's architecture. How do you build out the systems? Now from here on out, Make Money Moves shifts again into the next episode where we're going to be talking about power, leverage, and control. You know, those two things, power, leverage, and control, PLC. How money becomes quiet when systems are strong. And why wealthy people don't feel stressed about money even during chaos. This is no longer about learning. It's about building something that lasts. I need you to do something for me. I need you to go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and comment something that really touched you and was really able to help you in this episode. Or you know someone else that this may help. Go ahead and send this video to them. And do that one thing, because the more people we have that's financially literate, the less people we have in poverty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and identify these inside threats so that they'll no longer become threats and no longer become our enemies. Because now we know how to fight them with confidence, courage, and power. So we can now make money moves by making money moves. You heard it here first. See you next time on Make Money Moves podcast, where we make money moves by making money moves. Remember, don't take notes, take action. Peace.
Pay no check, yeah, I changed my mind. From broke to boss, now I'm on my